I want to demonstrate for you how to lead a horse. Okay, first things first. We always say that O's are no and 8s are great. So I don't want you to be wrapping your arm in the rope, because if my horse decides to take off, it's going to be really difficult for me to let go of this rope. Okay, so what you can do, an easy way to do that is you fold your rope in half. Okay, so you've got it like this, and then fold it in half again, and you've got what we call our 8s. Okay, it is easy. If the horse decides to take off, I'm not stuck, and I'm not going to be pulled with him because I can easily let go of that rope. Okay, so I've got my right hand here, fold my rope in half, fold it in half again, and I've got my rope here. So my 8 is going to be in my left hand, and then on these halters, on the rope halters, there's a knot on the bottom of the halter, and that's where you're going to grab just underneath that. Just like you're grabbing a delicious ice cream cone, that you want to keep that knot at the top of your hand. Okay? So when walking a horse, you're going to use your body language to communicate to the horse to move forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward, and I'm also going to move my shoulders and my hands forward to let the horse know it's time to walk. So we move forward like this, and then we lean back just a little bit, and we say, whoa. So one of the things on the color orange is to lead a horse through an obstacle. Okay? Part of that is just using the same principles that I discussed earlier in how to lead a horse as well as how to back a horse. So as I'm walking, there may be different things that I have to do, such as walking around cones or walking over a log. I'm still going to keep my head up. I'm going to use my body language to communicate to the horse, and I'm going to keep myself a safe distance away. So by keeping my hand right here underneath the horse's head, and I am able to stay a safe distance away. A lot of your kids are going to want to be right here, and it's going to be tough for them to navigate some of those obstacles. It's also not very safe in their feet, for their feet. So you want to have them keep that arm out to keep a safe distance away, and you navigate through the obstacles. Okay? Part of this is up to you as a wrangler to determine what the obstacles could be. If that's to walk down and around a cone, they walk down and around a cone, however you would like them to do it. Okay? If there's any questions about how to navigate a particular obstacle, please don't hesitate to ask the facilitator or come out and practice with us so that you know what exactly to do. While I'm this close, I want to show you how to back. So I'm going to keep my hands just like I have them. The knot is staying by my right hand, and my 8s are in my left. I'm going to turn myself around, and I'm going to take this rope, and I'm going to push back towards the middle of his chest. Okay? So I'm doing this in order to keep him backing up straight. If I pull this way, look what happened to his head. If I push that way, it's going to do the same thing. So you want to take the rope, and you're going to pull it right towards the center of his chest, so you know what to do, or he knows what you're asking him to do is to back him up. With that, sometimes our horses maybe don't feel like backing up, and we need them to back up. If they're not backing up for you, the other thing that you can do is you can reinforce that by using your thumb in their shoulder, right where their neck and their shoulder meet, and you can push just a little bit. Okay? It helps them. It's just a little bit of pressure, additional pressure for them to help them back up. So my first attempt is going to be to use the rope and the lead, and I'm going to push towards the middle of their chest. If he decides not to, I'm going to grab the knot with my left hand, use my right thumb, and push into his shoulder. Okay? So again, to demonstrate for you, walking, I am walking forward, my head is up, I am about an arm's distance away from him to keep my feet safe, okay? And if I was to back him up, I just turn around and walk into him, pushing. And part of that you can do if he's struggling is you can pop the halter, so giving a little tugs, short little tugs, as opposed to a long push, okay? So short little tugs sometimes gets their attention and helps you get the response out of them that you need. Hey guys, I'm here with Gandhi, and I'm going to demonstrate for you real quickly how to saddle up a horse. So most of our saddle pads are going to have a leather piece located on one end, as well as leather strips on the side. Okay, when we put this on, this leather piece up here is going to indicate the front of the saddle pad. It's going to go up on the withers. Okay? When this is properly aligned, okay, you are going to be able to see that the leather runners are going to go right behind the shoulder of our horse. Okay? And that's where the fender and the stirrup are going to go. Hey guys, it's Michael. I'm out here at the barn and wanted to talk to you a little bit about a couple of the pieces on the color orange. We're going to be talking about the different parts of the bridle as well as the different parts of the saddle. So hopefully you're able to see the different parts of the saddle from where you're at. If you want to follow along in your manual, you can follow along on page 18. Okay? The diagrams that we have give you all the different parts of the saddle, but I'm going to highlight a few of the specific ones that we want to focus on when you're here at Hose of Hope. So I've got my saddle and my saddle pad, and the first part that you're going to come to, and most of us will grab onto this is the horn. Okay, this is going to be what the kids use their left hand to grab onto to pull themselves up into the saddle. Also probably be what they use to hold on. Then going all the way to the back, you've got the cantle. Okay, and that's kind of what keeps us on the back end, keeps us in our seat. And then up on the front, this is called the gullet. Okay, so you've got the horn that goes down into the gullet. On the back, you've got the cantle. Now in between those is the seat. Okay, and again, take a look on page 18 if this is not making a whole lot of sense. Then along the sides here, if we're going to go on both sides of the saddle, you've got the fender. This is what's going to run down along the side of the leg, and then all the way down on the bottom of that, you've got the stirrup. Okay. Then on the right-hand side of your horse, of your saddle, okay, is going to be what we call the girth. Okay, this is going to be hooked to the girth strap, and it's going to hang on the right side. So when you unsaddle your horse, you're always going to keep it on the right side of the saddle. Okay, but this girth is kind of like the belt of the saddle, and it keeps the saddle on the horse. So when you get out there, you'll take the girth and you'll put it underneath the horse's belly. Now on the other side, you have got the strap, the latigo strap. Okay, and this is what you're going to feed through the horse, or through the girth underneath the horse's belly, and you're going to do this kind of like a belt. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate this for you with the horse, but for now you'll be able to see that you feed it through, and you'll tighten it up nice and tight, just like a belt. Each one of the latigo straps has holes in it for you to secure that on, and then you'll have excess of the latigo strap. And so you're going to put that up here. There's a small little piece here where you can feed that through and store that excess leather. Okay? So along with that, if you look, there's a extra piece of leather that goes along there and sits on the back of the horse. And this would be what we call the skirt. Okay, so this is the skirt of the saddle. We've got our stirrups, our seat, cantle along the back, our gullet, and saddle horn. So then you take the saddle, and we always put the saddle on the left side, from the left side, and the same side that we get on the horse. Okay, so easy way to put your saddle on: pull your girth over, take your stirrup and hook it onto the saddle horn, and then you take this and put it on there. Okay, proper fitting is really important, so you're going to want to, if you remember, the gullet is going to sit right over that leather piece. Okay, you're going to take the saddle pad and kind of pull it up just a little bit to kind of fill in that gap there. Drop your stirrup down, and then drop the girth over to the other side. Now, just for the sake of this video, I'm not going to go check, but you do want to check to make sure that the straps on the other side are free of anything. Sometimes they'll get stuck in the girth, sometimes they'll be twisted. But for now, we're going to pretend like that's all okay. So you're going to reach under and grab the girth. Now the girth should be located right behind the shoulder of your horse. So I'm going to go ahead and put the girth on and show you a close-up of how this works. So each of our girths has the black neoprene, and it's going to go against their skin, and then you've got the D-ring here. You're going to take your latigo strap, and it's going to go between the black and into the D-ring. So I'm going to feed that through there. Okay, and then I just pull all the slack out. Okay, So the neoprene is against his skin, then the next part is the latigo strap and then the D-ring. Pulling this up, this is what this looks like. Take this up to the D-ring in the saddle. You're going to feed this behind everything. Back in there, this. Taking this back down to the girth, splitting the neoprene and the D-ring. You're going to go back just like you did before. Here's a trick. Pull up with your right, down with your left to tighten it. And you're going to feed this through the hole there. Okay, just like a belt. Okay, I pulled this up tight to make it latch nice and easy. Then take the excess up here to the latigo holder. And you're good to go. Now I want to transition to our bridles, okay? We have a couple different styles of bridles here at Hose of Hope, and I want to explain both of those to you so you can know what to expect. Okay, on page 18 it talks about the different parts of the bridle as well, but here we have one that is a little bit different than the diagram that we have. Okay, in this we've got the headpiece, the headstall is what we would call this whole piece, but this part is going to feed over the horse, and their ears are going to stick through here. So you're going to push it all the way up over both ears. Along the side here is what we call the cheek pieces. And then along the back, and I'm going to demonstrate again with a horse, along the back there's a piece of leather that's just kind of floating around there. That is what we call the throat latch. This is going to go under the throat of the horse and hold the bridle secure. Going down the cheek pieces, connected to the bit. So this is going to feed onto a horse's head like this. This part's going to go into their mouth. Now on this particular bridle we have what we call a curb strap. Some of the curb straps here at Hose of Hope are going to be leather. Some of them are going to be chain like this one. And some of them may not have a curb chain at all. The other bridle or headstall that you may see here at Hose of Hope is going to look a little bit more like the diagram that we have, in that it has the brow band, and this piece goes across the forehead of the horse. Okay, so their ears are going to be right through here, and then you've got the throat latch that comes underneath the throat and secures to the other side just like the other one. Okay, so the main difference between these two bridles is that this one is going to leave something across the forehead of the horse, and the other one will not have any leather on the front of the horse, on their head. Then you've got your cheek pieces going down to the bit, okay, and then the reins. Now these reins are different in that they are one solid piece, and this is what we're going to be working towards this year, is to getting everybody on one solid piece of rein to make it a little bit easier for us. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to come out and explore these things for yourself, as I know it's probably really difficult to see what all is going on through a video. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate for you how to put the bridle on. Okay, we've got the bridle with the brow band here for Gandhi, and we're going to be putting that on. Okay, the first step is to take the halter off. And just for safety reasons, when you take the halter off, we still want to keep the horse connected to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and unhook this, loosen it up enough to slide it down his nose, and I've still got it around his neck, and then I'm going to feed it back through just to keep him secured beside me. Not too worried about most of our horses going anywhere, but we do want to make sure that our horses aren't running free when we go to put the bridles on. Okay, so we've got our bridle. You're going to hold the bridle, and Gandhi's already ready to put it on. With your right hand, you're going to put your right hand in between their ears, reach with your left hand, and you're going to grab the bit. Reaching down, I'm using my left thumb in the corner of their mouth, okay, to kind of push his mouth open just a tad bit. Just a note, there are no teeth in the corner there, so we don't have to worry about him biting me. Feed this up over his ears, straighten out his foretop. If you remember our throat latch here, I'm going to grab this and feed it around here. It's nice and snug. Hook it on there, and we are good to go. Okay, there we go. We've got our reins, and we're all set to ride. Okay guys, in the color orange, it states for you to mount the horse. This does not specifically state in the manual, but we are expecting that to be with the saddle on. So I'm going to quickly try and demonstrate for you how to mount the horse from the ground. Okay? So you're going to take your left foot, the student will take their left foot, and let's see if I can actually do this, and they're going to put their left foot in the stirrup like this. Okay? Then they're going to use their left hand, and remember the horn, they're going to grab the cantle, and then they just pull themselves right up. Okay? Now, the same with dismounting, because we always get on and get off from the driver's side of the horse, which would be our left side. Okay, so getting down, we are going to put our hand on the horn, and we are going to push ourselves up, right leg over, and slide down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate for you how to get on while using the mounting block. Please ignore my extra participants in the background, but I'm going to go ahead and walk up the steps. Okay, put my left foot in the stirrup, and I'm just going to swing myself on over.